Hello, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. On this Saturday evening, it's the PenPower European V8 Supercars Championship, and we come to you for the final round of the season from the Nordschleife. Hello, everybody. Andrew Woodhouse alongside iRacing Pro Series driver Alex Simpson. And Alex, well, the Nordschleife, then 2 hours around here. In fact, it says 2 hours and 30 minutes. I've just had a little gander at that. It's a 13-lap race, actually. It was supposed to be a timed race, mate, but either way, that's going to be a big test for the drivers, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm just trying to work it out. 13 laps. I mean, it's going to take quite some time to do, isn't it? So, what are these V8s doing round here so far in qualifying? So 8 minutes 10. So it's going to take some time, isn't it?
It's going to take about 95 minutes or thereabouts, I think, isn't it? 105 minutes, I think that is. So yeah, it's going to be a long race. But what we've got is we've got several drivers who are looking to move up in the championship. The championship now, it's not officially decided, is it, Alex? But it is pretty much going the way of Michael Taliancic.
Yeah, of course, drop points have to be taken into consideration. There isn't enough points on hand to overhaul him today, so no, that's not entirely true. 450 points for an endurance race, so there's the potential, but I think with drops and everything else like that, Michael's pretty much got it wrapped up, which is only needed to turn up, I think, today more than anything. Yeah, hopefully we can get maybe Clyde come in and confirm that for the end of the race, so we do know who can officially be declared as champion. But yeah, Lattimore in second place. The fight is on, I think, for second more than anything. Dorman Gantar just behind him, 30 points behind. Then there's quite a gap again to Victor Morjan. So I think Klaus Winter's a big gap as well. So that, second place is going to be where the real fight is in the overall. As far as the team championships go, that's pretty much wrapped up as well. Again, there's a bit of a fight for second place. It looks to me as if SDC Motorsport could potentially jump Never Quit Racing. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. In the pro category, Gantar leads the way. He is well clear of Klaus Winter, so no issues there if that is wrapped up. The pro title. Lattimore in the AM Championship as well. He's 315 points clear of Victor. So again, unless there's some sort of major goings on, I can't see that Victor's going to jump up. So I think really teams championship and a couple of second places really going to be up for grabs, although mathematically still the overall one is as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what transpires there with the teams championship and things like that. You've also got the safest driver award as well, the Derek Spear Safe Driver Award. So I think they get a button box for that. So that is a decent prize. One thing that I will say, mate, is we're going to see an interesting race because it's going to be done on strategy and it's also going to be done on consistency, I think, because the lap time differential is going to be massive around here because of the sheer length of the place.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's going to be quite a bit of variation. I mean, I was just looking at quali times. Actually, they're not too far apart.
Some drivers still finishing qualifying. Qualifying, by the way, finished about 5 minutes ago, and they're still going.
Lots of people not set laps as well. So, which I think is it's pretty common around here, to be fair.
It's a hard track to do the whole circuit without getting a 1X. It really is. And John Roberts, he's coming down Nottingham at the moment. He's the king of the ring, Alex. So we could see a good performance from Roberts here if we can get a good qualifying time in. Might be near the front. Into the final sector. Getting this thing slowed down, it must be a nightmare into that final chicane. He's coming through there. Yeah, he's coming through there now. Blasts out onto the Grand Prix straight. Over the line he comes. John Roberts, what does he do? Is it a valid lap? No.
Oh, well. That's that.
That is indeed that. We've given the build-up there. Steve Lattimore is on a lap, though. Is this one going to be a valid lap? He hasn't set a time yet. He needs to go try and get the second place. 8:07.0. Whoa, that's pole position. That's 3 seconds quicker.
Nice. None too shabby right at the death there for Lattimore.
I tell you what, I don't think I've ever taken pole by 3 seconds, have you? That's a fantastic achievement, even on such a long course like this. I was just about to say, mate, how it was surprisingly close at the front with just 6:10 separating them. Gantar and Morrison, and Lattimore comes in, absolutely blasts one out there. 8:07.0. Brilliant. I must mention Tony Klosterman, he's still recovering from his injury, but he's in the Bahamas. Barbados? No, sorry, Barbados he is, sorry. So he's sunning himself. Hopefully he's watching the race. Hello, Tony, if you are. Czech reigning champion. Unfortunately not going to be involved in the decision today. Michael Taljancic hasn't set a time either, Alex, and he is going to be starting... I'm not exactly sure where he's going to be starting. It's probably going to be around 16th place.
Dorman Gantar just finishing up his lap.
Oh, it's better as well. He's taken 2 seconds off his personal best, but it's only one. It's still 1.5 seconds slower than Lattimore, so he just reinforces second place there, Gantar.
That is it, I think.
I think it is it. Let's have a little look just to check. I think you are. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we're done and dusted. Right, we'll take you through the... Well, I won't take you through the grid because we have to wait for this session, of course, to expire before we get the actual grid. Because normally it wouldn't be a problem, Alex, but it's the guys at the back, isn't it? They're all going to get shuffled up with the iRating and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. We don't actually know what the order's going to be, do we, at this point? So
I can take you through the top. I can take you through the top 14, I suppose, on the grid. Stephen Lattimore, pole position. We saw the very end of his lap. Domen Gantar in second. Victor Morjon third, Michael Evdoka in fourth, Stephen Phillips in fifth, Jean-Philippe Boussalan, car 666, position 6 in qualifying. Kevin Augustinussen, I think that's it, 7th. Dave Janssen in 8th, Kim Halter 9th, Steve Lavalley in 10th, Alex Gorski in 11th, Richard Warmingham 12th, Clyde White in 13th, Michael Bloom in 14th. And then, of course, it's all the ones that didn't set a time, which, as we said, is going to be quite a lot around here. Obviously, Alex, you haven't really driven the circuit very much, but are there any parts of it that, when you have driven it, that have stood out as bits that you like, bits that you don't like?
Honestly, my experience here is very, very minimal. What I will say is it's a lot of fun to go around it in real life.
Yeah.
So that is what I can say. It's an amazing feeling, and when you've got a professional hanging out a BMW M3 all over the place, it's even better.
Yeah, it was a brilliant day. That I'll never forget that, going around the Nordschleife. And what struck me is because it's obviously an undulating track, because we've been to the surrounding area. Obviously, we've been to the track itself, and it is that kind of geography, isn't it? In that area, rolling hills and valleys and foresty areas and things like that.
It's beautiful around there, actually. That bit of Germany, absolutely stunning.
Gorgeous place.
If you haven't been, it's worth going for the drive, but just because, not just of the track, but just sort of the roads that you have to go there. I mean, don't select the autobahns. Take some of the back routes, because you're meandering up and down mountains and things like that.
And lots of hairpins, good driving roads as well.
Yeah, it's just epic. So
the old handbrake might have to come out when you're going around some of those things. But you've got
didn't want to do it in our VW. What was it?
Touran or something?
Touran, yeah. Just people Karen weren't going to appreciate it too much, so we had to drive sensibly that day.
No, I didn't fancy being on my side, to be honest. At the time, I do it enough in iRacing. But yeah, what struck me when we were actually in the car is, just how undulating it is, because you don't even realise it, do you? When you're walking around, yes, it's a hilly place, like I said, but in the car, it just accentuates everything, doesn't it?
Massively, yeah. Just you get a huge like the compression and things like that. It's just incredible.
And this uses a large part of the Grand Prix circuit as well, mate. It uses the first sector, the arena section, and then you come out of the arena section. and there's a hairpin instead. You don't go through the Ford curve and the Dunlop curve and the Schumacher S, but you take a little hairpin there, and then you go on to the second half of the lap where the DRS zone is, and you come out, you turn left just before the where the Coca-Cola curve would be. So the final corner on the Grand Prix circuit. If anybody doesn't know the Nordschleife, that's where you turn off onto the big beast, and you really do feel when you're going around the GP circuit section, Alex, when you turn off the GP circuit, you really do feel like you're going on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nowhere else really, I think, where it's got that feeling of two completely separate parts of the track, which is it's a brilliant.
I mean, one obviously maintained to an F1 standard, the other, where F1 run away from, really, and rightly so, to be fair, because it is far too dangerous for cars of that class to go through there.
And can you imagine the space and renovations needed to put it up to a Grand Prix standard? It would be.
Oh my! Yeah.
It would take absolutely billions, I think, to do that, because it's just a ridiculous length. And some parts of it, you could probably get away with, but there's a lot of the barriers are close. You see a lot of people, insurance companies in Germany have a clause in some of the contracts saying you cannot take it round the Nürburgring, specifically in this circuit. So that's that shows you how people get into difficulty there. You've got places like the Flugplatz where you get a bit of air. You might even get a bit of air in these V8 supercars. You've got the carousel, obviously, which is an off-camber. Sorry, not off-camber, very heavily cambered corner. But you don't want to go off the cambered part because you end up on a flat section where there's absolutely no grip and where all the marbles and the detritus and stuff all gathers on the top. So that's a key section of the track. And I think maximising... I think for the drivers, really maximising that second half of the lap, Alex, because I think that's the one, obviously, because people attempt this track a lot, and if they get into difficulty in the first few sectors, they don't have quite as much knowledge of that second half of the lap.
Yeah, it's quite often, isn't it? Because you just reset and carry on, don't you? Reset, carry on. That's a bit of a problem that happens, So a lot of people know the first half of the circuit a lot better. So,
but I think that's going to decide. I think that could potentially decide the race, is how well people are sort of tuned into that second half. Maximising that area before you get and the key corner as well, going on to Dottinger Hohe as well. You've got the big long right-hander going on to the track map up, because I do forget the name, but that's definitely one that you've got to get right. And that corner is, like I said, forgive me, because there are a lot of corners on this track. Galgenkopf, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you've got to look them up, I'm afraid. It's not something that you can...
Yeah, I'm impressed whenever I watch the television coverage and see people who know the entire course. Right, we do have the second half of the grid as well for you. Johnny Brandon will start 15th. Michael Taljancic, championship leader, 16th. John Roberts, king of the ring, 17th. Ben Galite, 18th. Stephen Peach, 19th. Peter Bingham, 20th. Nikolai Bogachev, 21st. Jess Coleman, 22nd. Lewis Bibby, 23rd. Klaus Winter, 24th. 25th. Anthony Woodward and Katie Taranto in 26th place. Right then. Not long to go before we're going to get underway. Standing start here, of course, at the Nürburgring. Everybody, final round of the season, the European PenPower V8 Supercar Championship. Any moment now, these beasts are going to roar into life, and we're going to be underway. Here we go. Revs are rising. Get ready. Green light is on. We're away. It's a good start by Lattimore. It's an excellent start by Morison. He's already chasing down Lattimore into the first corner. Of course, we're going to negotiate this hairpin. There's a few cars actually pulling off to the side. At the back, three wide. Big contact. Lattimore nearly over. Morison into Lattimore. They went three wide into the first turn. And that did not work, Alex, at all.
No, we're suffering a little bit out there already. Lattimore stopped. He waited patiently. A couple of guys unfortunately didn't check up around the outside, and he's already having to tow back his Lattimore. Race pretty much done already. Yeah, a bit gutted for him, I have to say.
That's a terrible way to end the season for Lattimore. We've already got, we've already got some casualties. We've got a few people with damage. People already going gingerly. You can see that some drivers, Alex, they really don't fancy this race. And you can tell by the way that some of them are driving, even on the bit that they know they're going pre-track. Oh, and round is Taranto. Taranto spins. She nearly goes into the wall, but manages to avoid it. But yeah, mate, and Jess Coleman off as well. And some of these guys and girls, they're really just not at the races, pardon the pun, at the moment. Look, big repairs for Lattimore. He might be able to score some points, Alex, if he can get back out fairly quickly. He does have, of course, a long way to go in terms of the lap taking so long, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the tow's going to take forever, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Well, maybe not from where he was. I don't know. It's quite a. Do you reckon? Maybe it's quite early on in the lap, though, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but I still think they work it out based on lap times and stuff like that. So I think
based on how long the course is.
I think it's going to take a while.
And by the way, we've got to look at the damage on the front of Victor Morajon's car on the front left side. It's just cleaved away all the bodywork there. They're leaving the wheel exposed. You get a very good look there, Alex, actually, at the camber of the tyre and how the team set up the car. Of course, a tyre, it works best for a racing car when that tyre's not completely flat to the road. Yep,
that's it. It's all about maximising the contact patch through the corners. As there wasn't enough tyre there, was there, on the ground?
He didn't have enough on
push wide there.
And round goes Michael Evdoka. We've seen how capable he is in recent weeks, and he goes round going towards Arenberg then. This big long run, it's a fantastic section. This is a commitment corner. Very fast left-hander into Arenberg. Can they get it slowed down? Slowing this big boat of a thing down for the one of the only parts of the course, Alex, where there's actually some runoff area in a gravel trap.
There's not a lot around here, is there?
You can see why F1 went away from us, can't you? As going towards the Flugplatz then, we've stood near this corner. Sorry, not this particular corner, sorry, it's further on, isn't it? But yeah, we've stood around this section, Alex, and the speeds are just phenomenal, even with road cars going by.
That's it, yeah, just crazy. And yeah, there's some great spectator points that you can go. You drive around, and there's lots of little pull-in areas that you can go and observe.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're actually strictly supposed to do it, but I think
where we were was probably we weren't supposed to be there. We literally had to go through the forest, cut through the fence, and through the fence, and there was the Armco. Like, woo! So,
you could. This is the thing as well. You could very easily just go onto the bloody circuit.
Oh, you could.
It's ridiculous actually how you could end up actually on the track itself. But Victor Morajon, by the way, is doing a very good job of keeping these guys behind him, Phillips and Boussalan, the two Phantom 71 cars that are tucked up in his slipstream. You don't really get a lot of dirty air with this V8 Supercar. There might be a tiny bit, but that's offset by the huge mechanical grip that it does have sometimes. And through goes Phillips. He's trying to go through. We've stood at this section as well, near Adenauer Forst, I think.
That's it. Yeah, that's right near Lidl's, isn't it?
There is Lidl there as well. There is indeed, and that's where we got our food from mostly. And here he comes. Then he's going to try and have a snack. At the moment,
other supermarkets are available.
Indeed, not in Germany it seems. Mostly Lidl. Very good food, I have to say, from there. And like you said, there are other places you can buy it from. As Phillips ahead of Morajon.
Got another retirement, I think. Ben Gillett, I think. See what happened there. We'll try and get a replay at the start as well once the first lap's completed.
Oh, he has stacked it into the. Yeah, he just stacked it, I'm afraid, mate. Oh, he already had damage. Have you got the replay there? Because
yeah, just coming. Oh yeah, just got it all out of shape, didn't he? And tried to catch it. Had a bit of oversteer, tried to catch it, and yeah, it just carried on being caught, didn't it? So
it looks like it's it looks like it wasn't perfect to begin with, though, mate. It looked like he was having some issues. He had he had front left damage, and he just bobbled. It just hit like a. Sorry, mate. And it hit like an invisible bump on the track almost, and forced him off into the
It's fine.
No, but that's what happened. That's what happened, I think. So.
These things do happen. Trust me. I caught one of those today. My car got spat up in the air about 2 meters high. So I don't think it looked quite like that on the broadcast, but yeah, that's what happened to me.
If you ask them on the other side, it will have been your fault.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would imagine. As
I've got the replay. I got the evidence. So, yeah, definite huge landmine. So it's not a happy bunny, but in
fairness, it did save you from having to drive another 20 laps round there.
Yeah.
Which it's not the most fun thing to do at the best of times.
I was in fourth. I wasn't minding at that point.
Yeah, that's true. But it does happen, and that's what it looked like. It happened to Bengalai. It looked like he just got it kind of bounced along, unsailed the rear, and then he was into the wall. But that's the point, mate. Is that the Nordschleife as well? You make a small mistake, and you have a stupid little accident like that. I mean, it really is. You can be going along, minding your own business. You put the wheel 3 to 6 inches offline, and you understeer into an Amco barrier and look like a complete idiot.
Yeah, it just spits you up. I think, don't it? Eats you up and spits you out, sort of thing. All right, yeah. I don't really have the patience for a circuit like this. This is why I haven't done that many laps around here, to be fair, because I just get very frustrated very quickly somewhere here, like here.
Yeah, I suppose you have to learn it as well, really, to get the most out of any sort of session you do here.
And I do feel this circuit is a lot of it comes down to actually learning the circuit. You can be very quick here with a car that's perhaps, slightly slower than somebody else, and still be able to put in quicker lap times. Point in case the Renault Megane that overtook us in that M3, like we were standing still,
And we had a guy. There's a guy in the car, and he used to do like ADAC and stuff, didn't he? And he used to do like VLN and things. The guy who was driving us around, because we've got side-by-side action now, Dottinger Hoa, and it's Buseland and Morrijon, and that's what the damage does, Alex. You can see that Morrijon is absolutely helpless, and they're attacking Evdoka now, who's come back to Stephen Phillips, because, and this is my point from the start of the race, was Phillips obviously more comfortable with the second half of the lap than Evdoka.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were a second behind going into that back straight. Oh, into the pits for Phillips.
Oh, that's the pits. You're not used to the pit lane there, are you, really?
No.
Somebody flying straight off to the right-hand side. I'm thinking there's a wall there, but the wall's been moved. Into the pits then, yeah, so what do we reckon that's for? Do we reckon that's a jump start or something?
It's possible.
Maybe a drive-through? Not a drive-through. It might be a stop and hold. Or is this strategy? Could this be fuel? Getting out into clear air, maybe? I mean, it might not work because of the fuel spread. It might not be clear air, and then you're in all sorts of trouble around here.
Just having a little look at the replay of the start again.
Yeah.
Lattimore obviously went in a bit deep, didn't he? And was wide, and everybody dived up the inside. And
everybody sort of, just
a lot of people wide, I think. And that's what really caused the problems. They just all got into each other.
Well, when I was watching your race today, I could not believe the start, some of the stupidity that was going on at the beginning of the race, where somebody made it. I think somebody made it 5 wide. In turn 1, it was 4 or 5 wide, and of course they all crashed into each other because that's what happens. You're not expecting 5. You might expect 1 or 2 cars around you at that corner, I think, in normal circumstances at the start, but not 5 cars. And of course the positive sim racing guys crashed into each other because they were sort of right next to it. That's just where they happened to be, unfortunately.
No, I was happy with the start. Got a good start. Almost made it up to P2, which would have been pretty impressive.
I saw the start. The start looked good. Yeah. Michael's start was very good as well.
Yeah, a little bit pinched, and I didn't want to run.
What's John Roberts? Oh no, dear me, sorry. I thought John Roberts was going. I'm so used to cars turning left there. I don't know. That's just habit, is that? Sorry. I thought he was going somewhere that he shouldn't have been going. How's John getting on anyway? He's up 3 positions. Has he dispatched Bogachev? I think he has.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
Has Nikolai been in the pits,
Nikolai's
Alex?
been into the pits, yeah. We are actually hearing that the strategies here, we're looking at 1 lap.
Taliancic in the pits with a blown engine, Alex, and massive damage. Huge damage.
Well, that one's not strategy, is it?
No, but how on earth he was... Well, he must have had that for quite some time. Unless he hasn't stacked that at the end of the straight, has he? No, he hasn't. He's been going along with that blown motor for quite a while.
Gets a repaired car, and he's underway again.
That's the one advantage, isn't it?
Peter Bingham as well. He's coming out of the pits too.
So it looks like he had massive damage, Alex, anyway, earlier on in the lap, and then he blew the motor like later on. So I imagine the cooling or something might have been sort of at risk, but I don't know how. I mean, I would definitely wager it happened at the very start, but I'll see if I can find it for you, mate, and I'll see if you can maybe you can get it and show everybody what happened. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, Victor looks very quick here, but like you say, he's suffering with the fact that he's just got no straight line speed because of that damage to his aeros. Michael, obviously, yes, with his problems, but he's got nothing to worry about really because Lattimore's out too. But yeah, so we're here in it's 4 laps.
Oh,
is all you get out of the tank. So with it being 13 laps, everybody's going to need to have like a little splash for 1 lap at some point, you know?
Okay. Yep. Oh, just about can't get there. It's going to be tight. Looking at what happened with Michael, the exit of Mercedes Arena, Alex, is where it started. He crashed with car 13, which is Clyde Whiting. He went, I think he drove it. Well, it was a bit messy, really. And then further around the lap, so we ended up going to, you know where the DRS zone is? Came out of the right-hander, the fast right-hander there, and got into it with, it was just after the kink. He hits car 909, which is Richard Warmingham. And they both go off to the side. Warmingham manages, he just grazes the wall, but Michael smacks right into it. And that's where he got that damage from. So that's why he was already 2 minutes behind.
He's lost it again and called it a day.
Oh, mate, well.
Into the wall.
Am I right that he still scores points for that, though?
I think he'll still score points, yeah. So he's...
So just turning up, I think, is what you were saying. I think he's correct.
With Lattimore out...
good point. He's out anyway.
yeah, exactly. You can declare Michael your champion, I feel.
Well, he's not out, sorry, but he's 4 minutes behind. He's Lattimore.
Gantar is 3... what's he? He's 300, and no, he's not. He's 407 points behind.
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue there, is there, then?
Yeah,
really.
But you see, Michael is going to score 22nd place here. So he's going to score himself 213 points. So at this point, congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, I think it's done. We'll have to obviously wait fully for the forgive us for being a little bit woolly on it, but it's I think that's what we've got. Lattimore, by the way, is going to have a right job on to get back. What's the current gap between Lattimore and the leader? It was 4 minutes and 10 at the line.
Oh, he is back out now, at least. So,
where's Gantar? First sector? Is that?
No. I think he's only just come out, to be honest. He's not long out. I think he's a lap down.
Nah, he's not a lap down. We're only on lap 2.
I think he's only on the first lap.
Oh, no, back, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I think he's only on the first lap. So I think he's a lap down. We'll wait for him to cross the line, and then it should update the gaps and stuff like that.
Yeah, Gantar's at the mini carousel, so I think you're right. Oh well, yeah. It's very possible that is the case. Right. In fact, yeah, I'm almost certain it is. So Gantar leads by 6 seconds from Evdoka. And then Busalan in third, going really well, actually. That's the best we've seen him go for quite some time. Morrison in fourth.
Good battle
Fifth.
here. Well, was a battle. It's just died down. Kim Holter past Janssen. Don't know what's going on with Dave. Just going slow all of a sudden.
Holter's got all sorts of damage on that car as well. Dave...
yeah, he slowed down.
He's back to speed.
Yeah, don't know what happened there.
Get a slow down, maybe?
And Evdoka, they're still very close together. 5.7 seconds behind Gantar, though, at this point.
Yeah, I think you'll have to help me out a little bit with this one, because obviously I need to get a timing update every 8 minutes. Yeah, so that one might be quite tricky. Katie's back going on the spin, 18th place, I think, there. Michael, like you say, is out. Peter Bingham still going. Clyde Whiting still going. Richard Warmingham still going. Steve Lattimore still going.
Johnny Brandon closing in on Stephen here.
Oh, Johnny Brandon. Forgot about him. Because I think because of all the other chaos that's gone on, and this is going to be. It's got a nice slipstream here, but now we're going to turn 1. It's a long way back. We'll go on, why not?
Yeah, it's
I'm going to leave it open. I mean, yeah. They're not fighting each other really there.
They're clearly I mean, there was no. Stephen just left the door open. He was like, "Yeah, if you get the run, go on through."
If you're gonna, to be honest, at this track, mate, it's not a bad strategy. To be fair,
I agree totally. This one's all about keeping it out of the wall and finishing, isn't it?
It's a time trial basically. But what it is as well is, if it comes to it at the end, for me, if it comes to the end of the race, Stephen's lost it, Peach.
Oh, he just about keeps it out of the tyre barrier, doesn't he?
That's
his way around there.
That's not a very helpfully placed tyre barrier, I find.
No.
It's sticking out completely at a 90-degree angle. It's about the only thing you can possibly hit in that section, and that's nearly what he hit.
Busalan past Evdoka.
Wow, second place for him.
And
JPB.
Second, third, and fourth really close back up together.
And Morrison has come into the fray again. Even with that damage, Morrison going well. Obviously knows the course well. You can tell though, can't you? Just do, and this is the beauty of it, is you see drivers at the front who aren't normally right up there around places like this and places like Bathurst and a lot of the Le Mans and those places, just because they've got a speciality with the circuit.
Makes a big difference. Just see Gantar for a split second in our screen just flashes by. Yeah, I think when the familiarity with the track here, like I said earlier, it can just make up for all sorts of things. A bit of damage, a setup that's not quite as good.
Yeah.
So it really is about the driver, around here more than it is the machine.
I'd be interested to see what John Roberts does on this lap, to be fair. Given the fact that he was 7 seconds behind Dave Janssen at the start of the lap. What have we got now? It's in front of him, is he? Is he in front of him?
Sorry, who? Sorry?
John Roberts in relation to Dave.
No, he's behind him. He's 8 seconds behind at this point.
Oh, so about the same, okay. Come on, John, I want to see that King of the Ring skill. From the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. And former BSRTC AM champion as well. Anthony Woodward and Stephen Phillips having a good battle here, actually. Phillips has been into the pits. And he's just made it through on Woodward, so there's a couple of seconds gain for him on that lap. He's going to be after Roberts next.
Yeah, Phillips pitted on lap 1, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, lap 1. So he's definitely not trying to do the fuel save strategy. We have been told that you can eke it out an extra lap, so you can sacrifice one stint and run maybe 15 to 20 seconds off pace to eke another lap out of the fuel tank.
Is that total 15 to 20 seconds, I imagine?
Per lap for the whole stint.
Too much then, too much.
Well, not really. You work that out. You work it out.
15 to 20 seconds a lap.
Five laps at 20 seconds a lap.
1 minute 20.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, if you can do it, if you can fuel safe, then that's the
1 minute.
that's
Sorry,
the way to go.
1 minute 40. Sorry, but pit stop's not 1 minute 40, is it? Pit stop's not going to be 1 minute and 40. If you take 20 seconds, 100 seconds, mate. So
yeah, I suppose.
So they can do it, but it's pointless, really, unless you can get track position. But again, if you're going 15, 20 seconds a lap slower, it's not going to matter.
My brain was thinking it's 1 lap less. Saving 8 minutes. It's like,
no, you're not saving 8 minutes. I think to save a lap, to literally save a lap, I don't think you can do that in racing. I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
Yeah. Damn it! This is what I've been doing wrong all this time.
I think maybe.
Oh, Stephen.
Beach.
Yeah, Beach. Let's have a look at this one back. See what happened here.
Oh, same accident, mate. Same accident as for Galite, except he sort of lost it. Did he brake on the grass? He kind of lost it before the corner. It was weird. Same kind of thing, though, mate. Same kind of accident.
Caught the grass. Just nicked the grass, didn't he?
It's a powerful car. That's all you need to do. And Peach was beached and out. Kevin Augustinus, dear me. Augustinusson, there we go. Sorry, my brain's got too much as well. He's in 5th place, going very well. 8:13.5 for him on the last lap. There's only 1 second slower than the leader, so it's going well. They are catching Gantar at half a second a lap, which obviously isn't maybe enough at this point already. We've got 9.5 to go. So yeah, we'll see.
It's very strange because I'm not getting any timing data from him at all.
From Gantar?
No, Augustinus.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, it's just showing him in dead last. No timing data whatsoever.
According to my timing, he's 5th and he was 11.5 seconds off the lead, and that would sort of go with what I'm seeing on the track as well.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see that. You can still see the guys. So, yeah, very strange. Let me restart this and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah. Gantar continues to go about his business. Going through the second sector, it's very fast through here. Who's out already then? Michael Taliancic is out, Alec Kowalski is out, Benga Light is out, and Lewis Bibby didn't take the start. Clyde Whiting's in the pits as well. I wonder if he's had enough as well. I think everyone else is still going though, which is good.
Still not showing any data for him.
Yeah, weird. Maybe it doesn't exist.
He's like a ghost out there. He's not dead last on the timing screen, but according to this, he's not on the track.
Oh, so, Ghost Innocent. Yes.
Yeah, he's not driving around at any speed. So something seriously awry there.
Yeah, I mean, he can carry on being invisible if he finishes 5th. I think he'll be happy, to be honest. Right, we're going to go for a lap, I reckon, mate. I'm going to try and do a lap.
Who do you want me to jump on board with?
We'll try to do the leader. He's coming, I think. He's coming to the final, sector.
They have closed him down a bit, haven't they? Right, let's go on board then.
Feel free to jump in as well if you...
Don't know where we're going.
Or we can do second if you want, because we can see the leader. Yeah, do second. We can see the leader.
He's got a bit of pressure, hasn't he, with Mustalam right behind him.
Right, final sector of the lap then. It's the first part of the tourist circuit. It's scary as hell when you're on board. Right, onto the Grand Prix circuit. Like I said, just interrupt me at any time, obviously. It is a long lap. Over the start-finish line then. And towards the Mercedes arena. Down the hill, hard braking. 200 metres, this is how much it takes to get this V8 Supercar slowed down hard. Full lock. First gear into the, maybe second actually, into the hairpin, depending on your preference. Through the Mercedes arena, you've got to hug this one tight on the inside, let the car run out. It will understeer on you, and it's hard braking for this small left-hander, which is the most annoying corner in the world because you have to sacrifice it to open up the exit. The exit's not easy as well. You've got grass, you've got AstroTurf on that side. Right, let's see this hairpin. This is an odd little corner as well. You've got to sort of diamond shape the corner off to get the best exit. And Now we're into the Grand Prix circuit again. Medium left. And then this downhill right-hander where you always feel like you could have gone faster through it. And yeah, you feel like you're leaving some time on the table, but it's a very difficult corner to get right. There's gravel on the outside. Fast kink here. It is flat in this V8 Supercar through where the F1 DRS zone is. Now, on this layout, this chicane is much quicker. Avoid the bollard on the inside. Make sure you keep it nice and tidy. And then to the right-hand side, as we begin our adventure onto the Nordschleife, a tight left-hander here, and an even tighter one at the bottom of this hill. It nearly loses the rear as the car goes light over the elevation change. He tries to correct it, and he does. Stay off the curb on the inside. These curbs around this circuit, they're old-fashioned curves. They're big, they're dangerous. They can put the car into the air. Next thing you know, you're going to be in the wall. In the very tight section here, where you've just got to be patient, really, and then the S's, where again, you can take a little bit of curb here, not too much. You don't want to unsettle the car too much because you have to change direction. You're not going to change direction if the car is in the air. Over the curbs now. Oh, he nearly loses the back end. He's all over the place. Is Evdoka. Is that going to give Busalan a chance? No, it doesn't. So towards the Flugplatz then. Do we get some air? Oh, nearly, very nearly. The suspension stretches as the car fights gravity itself. Busalan is right with Evdoka. This is so close. In fact, they're going to be side by side, Alex, towards Arenberg.
Yeah, we can see him in the rearview mirror. There he is. Pulls out of it though.
I think that might be sensible. That's a hard place in the track to pass through. This beautiful left-hander is very difficult. And then hard on the brakes for Arenberg. Don't want to hit the curb on the inside. He's done that absolutely beautifully, Evdoka. That was perfect. Now, into the wilderness then. Straight line this section as much as you can. It's kind of like the bit at Mosport where you go down the hill, and then over the curb on the left, and then you've got to keep all the way to the right because this is a tightening corner. Very, very slow. Might even be first gear again. It might be second for the wheel spin. It comes out of here. In fact, I think that was definitely second gear through that section, trying to get that V8 Supercar to turn and grip and power out of that part of the track. This is a good one here. I forget the corner name. It's a brilliant corner though. I should know that one really. As through this section, downhill, heavy braking again. Keep tight on the inside. You don't want to run wide there because the Armco is very close, as it is on all parts of this track, but even closer there. Avoid the curbs once more. Sometimes the fastest racing line around the Nordschleife is in the middle of the track, just because of the weird cambers into Adenauer then, and again, you don't want to run wide because the barrier will gobble you up in an instant. And you can see it's a good viewing area for the Nürburgring, 24 hours along that part. And then over the bridge, see the graffiti all up lining the circuit. It's a signature of the track. And up the hill, the car gets a bit light as you fight the camber. And we are closing in on the leader, Domenganta, just a little bit on board with Michael Evdoka here in the European PenPower V8 Supercar Championship. Another downhill right-hander, long. You want to just make sure you get a good exit. That's all you ask, because this is a flat-out section. It's a scary part of the track. So you've just got to commit to all these ridiculously fast left-hand bends. Oh, it's a big one. He's lost it. He's over. My goodness me. Alex, you've got to commit. And he's been hit by... Was that Morojan? Who's hit him? Someone's hit him.
It wasn't Morojan.
It was Morojan.
Was it?
Just clipped him. Oh, that's dramatic, isn't it?
Let's go back 30 seconds, see if we can see it. All of a sudden we should see a car in our... there it is, crashing. Doesn't know what to do, where to go. Oh, it just squeezes through. He actually made it through. Victor maybe got a bit more damage.
I think he clipped him slightly, but that was all. He didn't get any damage on that side, so I think he's okay. Yeah, amazing footage though there to be on board. I don't think we've ever had somebody have a massive one like that where we've been on board with them. So wow, and that leaves Jean-Philippe Busalan in second place, and he's going to go after Gantar now, 1.2 seconds quicker. Might have to pick up the second half of the lap later on in the race, but yeah, that was great. That was well, it wasn't great for Docker, to be honest, but it was great for us to watch.
Yeah, fantastic. Actually, you know, to be on board when it starts to happen. So.
Well, I said you've got to commit to that section of the track, and you do, because it is a scary. But you saw, Alex, that was around the same part, I think, where the other guys have been having their issues, and it's something to do with the bumps, isn't it? Right in the middle of the road, where at that speed the car just doesn't like it, does it?
Yeah, strange, isn't it? Very strange.
Because the V8 Supercars are usually fantastic over the bumps and the curves and things, and it just seems like it. I wonder if it bottoms out, or I wonder if it sort of just unsettles the car. I'm not really sure what it is, but he just lost the rear. I guess it could have overheated the rear tyres potentially.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean,
because initially I thought that's what you'd done earlier on until I saw the replay, but
yeah. I mean, I didn't see anything that was to make me think that he'd overheated the tyres though on that on-board lap. You know,
it's sort of sideways at times, didn't it?
Yeah, it settled down a little bit though, but no massive sort of, you know.
No lockups or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I don't mean to bring up the race earlier on too much.
It's all right, mate.
It's not on purpose. It is relevant. I'm sorry.
It's fine. In case anyone hasn't seen it, I stuffed it into the wall while in 4th place of the Pro Series race. So yeah,
it genuinely isn't to rub it in. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. So Kim Holter, dear me, very close to the edge, going to the grass. I think almost.
Stephen Phillips getting close to. His name
Steve Lavallee, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
But he's going very slowly, so something's happened on this lap to Steve, because Steve was, well, I say that, it might just be quicker, because Phillips was 5th on the grid actually, Alex, so it might be just that might have just caught him up on this lap.
Yeah, of course, and like you used to say, Phillips, of course I've lost because I had to reset my timing screen. I've lost who has pitted and who hadn't, so.
Phillips is completely on it though, mate. Absolutely flying around here.
8:13 last lap. It's good.
It's not bad having to make, probably having to make 1 overtake at least, maybe 2 actually. So what's the gap? Gantar's in. Gantar and Busela. So the leader is in. 2nd place is in. Morison is in as well. Now you think obviously here. What's that?
End of the lap, 4th lap. So that's that agrees with the figure. Yeah, agrees with the figures. Now, is anyone going to continue on Brandon in, so that he's not?
I think at this point, with a track like this, mate, I don't think you've got a lot of room for error, because obviously the going on for another lap.
Yeah. Jansen's in.
Is a big amount of fuel, isn't it? And
Phillips obviously continues, but he's come in on lap 1. So where is this is going to be quite close, yeah.
Oh, is he going to take the lead? No,
not quite. It's close, but not quite there.
It's still going to be Gantar. Buseland's out as well, so they've kept the gap quite constant. Morison's gained maybe a 2nd in the pits. So that's not too bad for him. Kevin's in as well. Johnny's in as well. So is Winter. Yeah, I think everyone's actually in. That's why it's such a quiet racetrack at the minute. Nikolai Bogachev is carrying on.
Yeah, he'd pitted earlier as well, hadn't he? So the others to pit in on lap 1. So
he's
comes out in 6th place, so
good,
not too bad.
Yeah, 21st on the grid he was.
We've got just Coleman, Woodward, they also in.
They were close together as well. They were under a 2nd apart, so that's going to be a good battle of pit road there. Kim Holter. Holter's been in, must have been in, because that car was damaged earlier on. Michael Docker, of course, is in, but that might be the last we see of him in this race.
Katie coming up to finish the end of her 4th lap as well. Schuming going to be in as well.
16th place for Katie. It's not her strongest track, this one, but still not a bad effort to gain 10 positions. In fact, it's 11 positions gained for Taranto. Bingham, Lattimore, Warmingham, yeah, they're still going around. So
remember, had that spin on the 1st lap as well. Do you know? Before she started to get onto the Nordschleife. So yeah.
Yeah, the lap times haven't been that good, but that's not a that's definitely not a criticism, because there's a lot of drivers around here actually who struggle on this circuit, and they've been very close to the to the front and things in other races.
Just having a look at Phillips right now. I mean, I actually think this is a good strategy call from Phillips, because Ganter had obviously pulled away in that first lap, and almost a bit of air there for him. But he was in that
full strategy call, so
yeah. But he was in that mix, wasn't he, with those three guys? Couldn't really get past. He was at the back of it. Came in. He's got himself clear second place, clear track now as well. And of course, when he pitted and he's off strategy with everybody else, he's always got a clear track anyway. But in that first instance, he was able just to get about his business. But I have to say, this time when he pits, he's going to come out and there will be traffic around him.
Yeah, so it's good. It's
just want to slow him up a little bit. Yeah, that's the only thing where Gantar has a completely clear track, doesn't he, right now? So
well, but things to say as well is remember the damage that Morison sustained on the first lap, and he was on the he was third on the grid, and very close to Gantar. So
yeah, he has a fresh car, so the fast repairs happen. So he will now at least not be a sitting duck on the Dottenham.
Yep. And just an update on Steve Lattimore as well, 18th place for him. He hasn't lost any time to the leaders since the tow. And he's on the lead lap, 4 minutes and 3 seconds behind. In fact, he gained time 8:08.9.
Yeah, very quick.
Lattimore. I know those other guys have been in the pits, so we can't really say that that's representative, but Gantar's fastest lap is an 8:12.4. Lattimore's just taken 4 seconds out of him. I know he's not going to catch him. That's outstanding pace. I mean, even on a track like this, Alex, 4 seconds.
Yeah, impressive. I mean, where is he compared to, so what, he's 30... He's 33 seconds behind KT. Evdoka ahead as well, another 20 seconds up the road. So realistically, you're only looking at those kind of people that he's going to catch. You know?
I think it's possible that Evdoka could catch the likes of Roberts, Pogačar, Woodward, Coleman by the end of the race. I don't know. It's 1 minute. So if you say that he was 2.5 minutes, he was 1.5 minutes ahead of them before he crashed, it's definitely possible that in the second half of the race he can get somewhere near that group, maybe near the top 10. He's got a tall order on, and he needs to get on with it, but he's got a chance of improving his situation there.
Was questioned as well, asked about the sort of pace that Johnny Brandon was doing as well, and last lap not that fast in comparison to Lattimore, 8:16.
But that was after coming out of the pits like the others. The others were on 8:16 as well. The previous lap was an 8:09.4 before he pitted.
So very quick as well. So
good lap time. He's got a chance of catching the front runners, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
3 seconds a lap, he'll get there by the end.
Yeah, he's 20 seconds behind at the minute, and yeah, the interval 10 seconds. So yeah, it's coming down as well. So got a chance.
It is indeed. What do you reckon, Alex? Should we go for a little break?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, let's go for a quick break, and we will. We'll be back in just a short sec. I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given, but honestly,
You've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Welcome back to the final round of the European V8 Supercar Championship. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson at the Nürburgring Nordschleife for the final round. And Dorman Gantar, well, he's looking pretty strong now. 9.8 seconds is the lead. Mr. Woodhouse will be back with us in just a second. Having a little refreshment break. Boussalan in second place, followed by Victor. The gaps have all spread apart a little bit now. Johnny Brandon still closing in on these guys. Last up with the pit stop, gained another 3 seconds as well. Stephen Phillips, who was obviously in second place, did take his pit stop while we were away. And yeah, pretty decent one as well. 31.5 seconds in the stop for him. So he came out just behind Dave Janssen. So I would think his teammate, is it his teammate? Yes. I would think his teammate's probably going to let him go through fairly quickly. Can't see that being then held up at all. But then he has some 36 seconds to close in on Kim Holter as well. So, of course, totally different strategies being run right now. Stephen Lattimore into the pits. Pole sitter, of course, had a awful first lap and was damaged and needed to tow. So this is why he's down 16 places. Still got an opportunity to move forward, but of course, unfortunately, did lose about 6 minutes in the pits to waiting to be towed. So yeah, it's just unfortunate that damage was so severe that he couldn't continue. Klaus Winter, I think, has just retired back to the pits. Let's have a look, see what this is all about. Yeah, he has indeed. Oh, just all out of shape. Oh, bang! Just one of those super slow motion ones from on board, I would guess, where just get it a little bit wrong and then nothing you can do. Let's take another little look at that back from on board. Ah, I bet he's kicking himself. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can see he just got to right-hand side on there, and then he's just forever fighting the car, knowing that it's just going to end one way into a tyre, well, I say tyre barrier, there's none here, but yeah. Yes. Yeah, terrible. Yeah, that's the way it goes around this circuit. It's been killing people all day. Of course, we were on board with Ev Doka earlier on, and he lost it and ended up on his roof, as can happen, just heightens the realism of how tricky this circuit is. Of course, Winter now, not that I think he had any real opportunity to close in for this Pro Championship on Ganto, as he's looking so good out front, but yeah, any opportunity has now gone begging, I'm afraid. That's more, of course, back out there, so he's at least trying to hold on to his onto his AM Championship. Obviously, he was second place overall and had a small chance to get first, but yeah, Michael's had a bit of a shocker today as well. Our championship winner, wherever he is, well, he's out completely now, so I can't even bring him up on screen. But yeah, he'll still be happy to have won the championship. I'm thinking he's probably glad he got it done when he did, rather than having to fight for it at this one. No real battles out on the circuit at the moment. Closest ones we've got are Phillips and Janssen closing in on. I'm guessing that's a back one. No, it's not. Sorry, it is Holter. It's Holter that's 40 seconds behind Johnny Brandon. So. Yeah, 5th, 6th and 7th, all very, very close right now. The only car that's on the alternative strategy is, very, very sideways for Holter. Saves it, but not without taking some serious life out of the tyres. Any kind of scrub really hurts the tyres here. And Janssen trying to shape up a move now. Needs to pick his place. Can't rush anything around here. It's very narrow, one line for most of the circuit. He can afford to be a bit patient. I don't think he's going to, like I said, I don't think he's going to fight his teammate, who has now joined this party completely and utterly. But yeah, the Phoenix car's looking, sorry, the Phantom car's looking good. Very positive as well with a turn in there for Janssen. Unfortunately, the standings are only updating at the end of every lap on the ticker, so apologies for that and the gaps. We are side by side then. Holter should be able to defend this. I think Janssen having a little look, but now it's the run down the back straight. So it's all going to be about the slipstream. Phillips wants to get both, I think. His teammate and Kim here. Can't quite happen, and eventually Janssen has to pull out as well. Kind of almost needs to push his teammate past, if anything. He was very patient in waiting for him to get by him. Could have hurt his chance to actually get the move done. Sweeps through the final part of the straight and through. And yeah, in the end just retains his 6th position as his teammate went through. Good clean racing from all three. Just goes to show what the power of the slipstream can do. Janssen's going to try and stay with his teammate the best he can. Of course, we're not expecting Janssen in until 4 laps to go, I believe it will be. And I believe these guys as well are going to pit with 5 laps to go. Yeah, they've got a splash and dash to go. So, see how that all pans out. Maths in my brain just not working today, as you know.
Right then.
And here he is. Mr. Woodhouse is back. You're not missed an awful lot since you've been away, mate. I have to say, Phillips just got a great run past his teammate and Kim Holter. Of course, fresher rubber out there as well. Just putting that to good effect.
Looks like Winter's crashed.
Winter has crashed. We did show that on the replay. Unfortunately, he just got himself a little bit out of shape, a little bit wide, and then the car was constantly fighting him until he hit the armco. So,
was that the same place as the others?
No, slightly different.
Okay. So, a bit of an accident black spot. They're putting speed cameras there on that part of the track. Also, the lead's up to 13.4 now, so Ganter's stepped on it, hasn't he, since the pit stops?
Really has, yeah, massively. I
think
8.2. I think the Phillips coming out, when he come out in front, he had 5-6 seconds lead, comes out, and Phillips was only 1 and a bit seconds behind. I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for Ganter, and now he's pushing it a little bit.
Yeah. Has Phillips been in again?
He has.
106 behind, so he's just ahead of Dave Janssen, who's 7th. So
yeah, he's had to get by those. He didn't lose an awful lot of time, I have to say. They kind of all closed up together right at the right time to get the move done on the back straight.
Yeah, and even Phillips having to pit again at this time, it might even itself out later on anyway, because they're all going to have to make the same amount of stops anyway, aren't they? So.
Yeah, of course he's only doing the full fuel all the way, and they're just doing the short. They've got 1 short splash to do as well, haven't they? So,
yeah. Oh. It'll be interesting. They are using a lot of fuel around here. But I suppose, if you think about it, they're doing 300 kilometres. Or thereabouts, so... Which I think is a full... Well, that is a Grand Prix distance, I think.
Yep, 305 unless you're me, and you like to do about 225 and crash into walls.
Well, I mean... That wasn't me this time. Latimore's had been in the fence again, I think, mate. Oh, and he's nearly off again. He's got damage. Got damage on the front left corner.
Oh, massive.
He's into the pits.
Let's see if we can find that, because...
Is he coming in to retire, I wonder?
He won't get another car, that's for sure. He's already
had one. He's had 2 and he smashed them both. Oh, dear. 1 fast repair, though, of course, like you said. Gonna do.
Just gonna see. Right, we should have it here. Just a couple of minutes ago it was. Oh, just up on the curb. Boff. Yeah, that'll end your day.
It might well have ended his day, I think, that one. Unless he's coming in for strategy. Oh.
Nah.
What was that? Was that him leaving the car, was it?
I think that's him done.
Is there a driver in that car? Don't think there is, mate. Yeah, he's left the car there. Steve Lattimore. So it's him done and dusted. As is Taliancic, you wouldn't have bet on it, would you, really? Both of them being out. before half distance of the race. Would not have bet on that. I have to say the drivers have done a grand job of staying in this race, haven't they? I know I couldn't drive this thing around here very easily. There are 21 cars still on the lead lap. Clyde Whiting, I think, is just on the lead lap. And then you've got I can hear your rappers in the background.
My apologies. Sorry.
I think there's only 4 retirements, mate. Anyway, so Peach, Taliancic, Kowalski, Galay, and actually now 5 with Steve Latimer. So
just enjoying some Whatsits.
Good. Oh, Whatsits. Oh, right. Couldn't find the biscuits then, no?
Oh, I might have partaked in a biscuit or two too.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yes. So.
Oh, change of position. This is for 8th and 9th. Nikolai just moved himself up. Not really sure what happened to Steve. It seemed...
That's 9th for Nikolai now.
Oh, he's got a lot of damage, Steve. Been slew.
Front right.
Yeah. So, looks like he's just trying to nurse it home.
Yeah, 8:18.
Richard Warmington.
Oh, in fact, 8:18 is his best lap of the race, actually.
Oh, God.
So, but I think he's struggling now.
Maybe he's had some sort of contact recently then, because the car doesn't look like it's capable of an 8:18 now. Oh, God, he's all over the shot.
Oh, he's on the top of the carousel. That's what we were talking about. Actually, that's a good illustration of my point from earlier on. Is he was on the top of the carousel, and he was, yeah, not happy bunny there. I'm waiting for someone to. Where is? I'm trying to see if there's anybody who I can. I need to resume my onboard lap, but I don't know if that will get done now. We'll see. See when the leader comes by next time. 13 seconds between Gantar and Bousalan at the end of the last lap. We're going to see what it is.
It's going to come down a bit at the minute. Live timing is projecting a 9.8 second gap. So
that's yeah, okay.
It's come down a fair amount this lap.
Morajon's not too far behind either, not a million miles away. 17 seconds off the lead. Johnny Brandon in 4th, 25 seconds behind. Kevin Augustinsson in 5th. It was close between Phillips, Janssen and Holter actually at the end of the last lap, Alex. Only 1.5 seconds between them, but that's spread out massively now. That's what this track does.
Yeah.
You don't have long battles really here.
Yeah, I think when the car's just there, it's easy to kind of spot them and use them as your braking marker and stuff like that. And you just really then just trying to hold on to them or stay with them.
9.6 it's down to now, mate.
Yeah.
And Gantar was 9 seconds slower on that lap than he was on the previous lap.
Yeah.
So he must have had a little moment somewhere.
That's it that we haven't seen. It's not caused him any damage. Car, just looking at it now, looks intact.
Nice.
Yeah. So
he's 808.2 on lap 6, 817.4 on lap 7. Even somewhere like the Nordschleife, that's not a natural progression. Bousalan's been fairly consistent actually on the laps that he's been out. He's done an 11, a 12, a 14, and a 13. So that's about as good as you can hope for. I think that is. Morajon 11, 14, 13, 15. Johnny Brandon 16, 9, 11, 12. Yeah, so they're all sort of like 1 second a lap, aren't they? Bear in mind as well, mate, the tyres. Oh, what's happened to John Roberts? Something has happened to John Roberts on this lap.
Oh, car is done.
And that is not good.
Well, not sure it's done, but it doesn't look like it's tracking straight either.
Might be able to get a fast repair if he hasn't used it already. Oh, he's a specialist around here, John Roberts, but it just shows how difficult the car is. Where's he done that? Where has he done that? Going back, I haven't found it yet. Oh, it's It's at the exit of the carousel. Has he dropped it on the exit of the carousel? He has, you know.
Talking of people dropping it, is no, Kim Holter into the pits.
Have you found it?
I can't get back that far, I'm afraid.
He came out of the carousel and he exited too early.
Oh.
So he went up and the car jumped in the air, and when it came back down, it spun him off and into the Armco. He'll be gutted with that. He was going really well. Thought he had gained. Well, he gained quite a lot. He was in the top 10, wasn't he? So
you need an extra lap, and that would have worked out with the strategies, I think.
We'll see if he gets a fast repair. Does he? Indeed, he does. Excellent. So that's Mended. That's as close as I can get. John Roberts then gets a fresh car. He'll be happy with that. But yeah, like you say, mate, the strategy might not have worked out perfectly for him. So we will see. Domen Gantar is... so he's coming through Metzgersfeld now, I think. That's how you say it. If we can go on board, we might as well go on board the leader, Alex. Let's do it.
Yeah, should get your second half of your lap in.
We'll try. I need to try it. I need to try and get it. It was going okay.
Don't curse him off the track, though.
We're on to the section. We're nearly on to the section that we spoke about before. He's just heading towards, and this is actually heading towards Adenauer, and he's going through there nicely. And this is towards the supermarket, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's taking it quite easy on the way in, but
it's just down there on the left.
All you need to do is maximise your exits, don't you, really, here? And make sure that you're not doing anything silly on the way in, locking up and things, because that just ends up with you in the Armco. Now, this is the section where Evdoka came to grief when we were on board with him. So let's see what Gantar does. He has a lift look through there, because he knows, I think, that... oh, no, it's this section here, isn't it? Look at him fighting the car, though. Barely doing anything, and he's still having to fight. Right, here we go. This is the part now, and he has a lift. Look, it's not full throttle completely through here, and it still unsettles the car. Look at it. He wants to break away. That was the bump that Evdoka had real trouble with. This is a very fast section here. This is scary part of the track. You can hear it jumping. You can hear the revs rise as it pops up off the ground. Oh dear me. Well, he was 6 inches wide, wasn't he, there, and very nearly ended up in the fence. That's just how much you can hit. This is an amazing sort of section here, going into the carousel. The undulation here is ridiculous. The car jumps and you end up getting thrown. Your heart nearly ends up in your mouth. And this is the carousel. You need to stay on that bottom line, and he comes off it perfectly. He wasn't too eager. We saw with Roberts there, he just popped up out of the carousel and jumped in the air, and he spun. Now, that's good. He's taking it very carefully, Gantar, but this is what you need to do to finish the race. That's what it's all about. Medium right-hander here. Just clip the curb a little bit more than he would have liked, I think. As he sets off through not quite flat sector there, and then down the hill over the curb. You can take the curb there. Those slightly flatter ones are fine. Let him run out a little bit. Oh man, that was a good correction. He had to do that very, very quickly. See how fast your reflexes have to be, Alex, in this car.
Yeah, on the edge, always.
You can't. There's no easy laps in the V8 Supercar, especially not in this track. There's a bit of runoff area there on the outside. You can use that curb, and then the left-hander at the top of the hill, and now we start going down again through this section. Like I said, this is like the motorsport section, isn't it? Goes down, plunges down, and then this really steep. Oh, you see the car flying through the air. And when we were in the BMW, it really did just take our breath away through there. Now, another similar section. The car gets very light. Need to be very careful that the rear doesn't step out. That's why Gantari has a little lift in some of these places. Now he's full throttle for a moment. Down a couple of gears, long right-hander. We're going to be approaching the mini carousel now. And again, it's similar principle to the other one. It's a lot faster, though. You stay on the inside. Oh! Oh, man, we nearly had another. Nearly had another. Stayed to the inside and try not to pop out of the corner too early like he just did there. And now this is Galgenkopf, the long, scary right-hander leading onto the Dottingerhöhe. And now all you've got to do, Alex, you might be able to relax a little bit down Dottingerhöhe, but there's that big fast kink at the end which really does, in this car, I bet that's a nightmare.
This bit of the track right here, I'm as quick as anybody on it.
You can do that, mate. You can do that. Past the tourist part entrance on the right-hand side, that's where the tourist laps start. You can see the gates there, the toll gates. And now under the Bilstein Bridge and flying down the hill. Nearly 200 miles an hour here, and then hard on the brakes. And just coming down the gears gently. You don't want to lock the rears, you can do that here. Hits the curb nicely through the last chicane, out of there, and into the pits.
There we go. Yeah, just as we expected.
There we go, we got that finished without incident, just about.
Yeah,
he nearly stacked it, didn't he?
Yeah. It's less than 1 second between Brandon and third place Victor.
Johnny, Victor Rojon. Oh, yeah. Rojon carries on, Brandon does not.
So has Victor been doing? Victor's obviously been doing some fuel saving then, hasn't he? This stint.
Victor's in the lead.
He couldn't obviously do it last stint.
Yeah, because he
was damaged, wasn't he? You know, so would have hurt the aero effect. But yeah, he
has indeed been doing that.
So he's opting for this, and then he'll have one more pit stop at the end of this lap. And that'll take him all the way to the end. Yeah, interesting how that's going to pan out. Where is Phillips and Gantar? Gantar out the pits.
Phillips into turn 1.
Yeah, still maintaining a slightly larger gap this time as well. Good consistency from Phillips again, keeping him in this fight. Johnny Brandon comes out. Slow pit stop for him, 33.8. Lost 3.5 seconds in the pits.
Oh, dear me.
To Gantar, yeah.
Phillips made a little bit of a mess of the arena. We lost half a second.
Jansen's into the pits as well. Ruslan continue. He's already had a couple of stops, so.
This is the best race we've seen from Busselan, Alex, since we started covering the series. He's been on the front. I think he was on the front row in Spa. He's had some decent races, but he's always been one of those who's done a good qualifying lap and he's just fallen off in the race, or he's crashed or something. And so far, you know, touch wood and everything for him, but so far he's going to be on for P2 and it's going to be a good result. Great result, in fact. From 6th on the grid, I bet he wouldn't have thought that P2 was possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got.
Not get it. Who knows?
Well, he's got a lot of work to do, and actually, because obviously your timing screen hasn't updated, so you wouldn't know. But he had a 49.8 second stop, Andrew.
Well, that's sodded him then, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And if you look where Johnny Brandon is now, he's up the road, and past him as well. Yeah, so I can only imagine it must have been a speeding on the way into the pits. And he had to stop and hold, yeah.
Oh, well, never mind then. Just this, we can edit that out, can't we? Oh, dear. Well, he's still top 5. He's still top 5, so.
Still a good result. Well, still so far.
Still higher than where he started, 6th place. Kevin Nordschleife is in 5th as well. He's going well. He's been pretty good, really. There's Kevin just pumping the laps in, just getting around the track. Oh, it's just a massive twitch. I'm not going to talk about anybody.
Let's go on board just for a few seconds with Victor here, because
I'll see if he's fuel saving or not.
Yeah, Morjon, I think you know, to get this extra lap, he really had to have.
I think he's lifting and coasting, mate.
Yeah, he's got to be doing a lot of that, I think. Ooh. So let's just hear the difference between like him and Gantar from that last lap that we covered. still, you know, firmly getting out of the corners, but then sort of through here. Just sort of
He's coasting it, isn't he?
Yeah, look at that, all the way through there.
It's quite nice though. He's driving smoothly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Driving very smoothly, Victor Morozov. And he's a driver who we've seen every week, and he's another one like Busalan. You know, he's been on for some. He's been qualifying steadily higher up the field, but he's not really put the races together. Where is he sat in the championship? He is sat in 4th place in the championship, you see. And this is where it's quite interesting, because he's 4th with no wins and only 1 top 5.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But
that's the consistency, you know, really has a deal.
Yeah, and he has completed up until today, the most laps out of any driver in the championship. 452 laps he's completed. So, mate, that is very, very good. Only 5 incidents per race, 5.6 incidents per race.
Very, very good.
Just not for, and that's what's got him in 4th place. He's obviously been watching the BSRTC on Apex Racing TV.
Yeah, that's it.
Now we're watching Dave Baker.
I'm hearing in the chat that he's going to have to basically be so slow down the back straight to make this last. But we'll see. I'll say the back straight is really.
Well, it is. Well, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? But
yeah.
You know, this is the funny thing about this circuit as well. Apart from Dottingerhoe, there's really nothing you can class as a straight.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of fast corners that are flat out, but there are no straights, are there? Really? Which is amazing when you think about it. For a track of 24 kilometers, sorry. That there's only one, like, well, you know, there's a few obviously because we've got the Grand Prix loop on there.
Well, yeah.
But there's only one straight section. It's unbelievable, really.
I'm going to stay with Victor in a minute. There's no other battles going on out there, and so this is such a critical phase and strategy that I think we just need to stay with him, make sure that he doesn't cough and splut and not quite make it to the pitch, you know?
Yeah, because this is going to be tense. This is going to be tense. He has pitted at the same time as everybody else. Of course, he had that damage on the first lap, which affected him badly. He had that contact in the first corner, of course, that ended with Steve Lattimore over and on his side, nearly. And that put the second place man in the championship out of the race. Or out of the running, at least. He's not out of the race. He's 1 lap down at the moment.
Ganto is 5.9 seconds ahead of Philip, so
he
he's
did
pulling
get back
away.
in the car, did Steve? Sorry, Alex.
Steve
Lattimore, he did get back in the car, mate.
Oh, so he did. Yeah, so he did. So obviously, just want to get the repairs done.
He left the session, then he came back and he's got back in. And he's 1 lap down. Oh, Morrison's in the wall.
Well, that's not.
He's down with the wall again, but
yeah, that's not the way to do it. I mean, he's got a bit of damage there.
Oh, he's got a slipstream maybe coming.
Too bad. Got away with that one, I feel.
Only just.
It's the trouble when you're coasting, you lift coasting, you know.
The car's not doing the behaviour that it normally does, is it? That's why you brake later, isn't it? So you get the attitude of the car doing, you know, you get the front end squatting down, don't you? So you can get into the corner. And with the lifting, it's not as pronounced, is it?
Yeah, no, not at all.
You can brake later though, can't you?
I thought you can. That's what you basically do. You lift, save the fuel, and brake a bit later.
He's full chat down the back straight though, mate. It's not...
Yeah. There's no lifting there, is there? So
he must be confident.
Yep.
The thing is, he can be confident now because even if it starts coughing and spluttering on him, he's only got a few yards to go. So just fire it out here. Use as much. Yeah, he's on it now. Use as much of it as you can. Don't speed though.
No.
There's the yellow cone. Make sure you slow it down.
Did that.
Yeah, nicely done on the limiter. Beautiful, Alex. Take us with a stop.
Yeah, I think really the only person...
Does that mean he saved himself the splash then?
Yeah, exactly. Saved himself the splash. This is huge, you know.
So he's going to be in the lead.
Oh, he should be. Yeah, I mean, he won't come out in the lead here.
No.
He will, and he is out of fuel right there.
Oh man,
you hear it just go. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So Ganter will come through.
Take the lead.
But he needs the splash.
Oh, he's missed his box, has he? Oh no, he's just reversed.
No.
What's he doing? Did he not?
It's not counting, is it?
What's he doing? He mustn't have been in the right place.
No, he couldn't have been in the right place and just sat there for all that time that he saved. He's just wasted because it wasn't fueling or doing whatever.
Oh god! And he might have gained some time, but it won't be a full pit stop like he was hoping to get. All that effort there has just gone to
Phillips in as well,
hasn't it? Probably panicked a little bit because of the fuel. Maybe. Let's have a look and see exactly what he did.
I mean, he's still miles ahead of Phillips. Miles ahead of Phillips.
Let's have a look.
He's got one less pit stop needed.
Comes into the box. I don't know, mate. It looks like it was doing something to the car, though.
36.9 seconds doesn't seem bad, but I think that's from when it stopped, not the reverse. So how long until he moved?
Yeah. He's ahead of Kevin. But, I mean, that's 1:15 he's lost there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 1:15 total. Well, 1:10 maybe total pit lane loss. Wow.
I think he should throw away a win.
I think he was guaranteed to win the race, wasn't he? With just 4 laps to go as well. Oh, we've seen complete and utter drama here in this race this evening here on Apex Racing TV. PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship. And yeah, as you said, Alex, I think you're just spot on. I think he's just thrown away the victory unbelievably.
How much time was it from when he was stationary to when he reversed? Can you check that out? Can you give like a count or something like that?
Yeah.
Because that's quite key. I think we're still in range to get a jump, a reasonable jump as well. Now, if it was only like 7-8 seconds, it's probably not going to be too bad. But if it was 10-15, then I think, it's going to come undone for him. But the fact that he's still 25 seconds ahead of Phillips makes me think not that bad.
Right, let's stop the start watch. Let's see. How long before he moves back?
That's it, yeah.
Right, so 10.5 seconds before he moved back.
Oh.
So before we realised that's 10 seconds gone. By the time
we
he
just lost
got it
Bousselin.
Oh, what? By the time he actually got it into the box, 18.1 seconds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, go on. Sorry, mate. Bousselin, what's happened to JPB? Is that a crash? Has he been? Is it just
crashed?
In the pits,
yeah,
though?
just crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, he retired back to the pits.
Oh, JP, what's going on there? What happened?
Just lost it. Yeah, just driver error, I'm afraid. Cursed him.
What's that? Oh, man. Big one, wasn't it? Wow. Just lost it. Where is that? That is the first sector. Where is that? Yeah, so that's the first sector. That's that's like turn 4 or something. So that's early on in the Nordschleife section that Bousselin's. Oh man, they are dropping like flies. So Victor lost 18 seconds. Now, in fairness, that's still not nowhere near a full pit stop that he's lost. So
He was quite a way
That's
behind,
good.
and of course he's had to go through the pain of saving the fuel, slower lap time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Which, let's have a look at what his lap times were before he came in. 13.3, 15.1, 14.0, 20. You're right, he did do that for that 15, 20 seconds that he saved.
someone else into the wall.
You know.
Just heard it. Who is it?
Kevin Augustinissen. And that is at Adenauer. Oh!
The driver that hasn't been showing on the live timing all night. Still not showing.
He's blown the motor as well.
Now he's not actually going around, so it's all's good in the world again.
He blew the motor. It's quite a big crash as well. He lost it spectacularly on the way in. Absolutely smashed the wall. Blown engine. And he's back in the pits.
We've lost a serious amount of people. Bingham now is stationary, but he's in the pits. Michael Bloom's still going on.
God, everybody's... It just seems to be that they're getting to that point. And driving around here for such a long time, we did mention at the very start of the race, didn't it? It's challenging just the sheer amount of time that you're doing around here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long old race here, isn't it? You know, 13
laps.
13 laps, you know? So
it's a full Grand Prix distance, basically, that they're doing. But not in a Formula 1 car.
Yeah.
Hence obviously the time difference. Because when was the last? Let's have a look. When was the last F1 race that hosted the Grand Prix here? Try to see what the lap time difference is between when an F1 car was here and when the lap times racing. Let's have a look. Original 1982. Ah, so F1 stopped coming. Oh, okay, 1976. 7 minutes 10. 6:58. Niki Lauda 6:58.6. 6:58.2, yeah. So they're going a minute slower.
it's not that much, actually, really, when you think about it.
That's the minute slower than what the F1 cars in the 70s were doing.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the fastest lap time that there's been, I think, in the history of the track, let's have a quick look for that. This will be scary, won't it? So the fastest lap around here for production street legal vehicles is 6:47. That's for a street legal car. And for non-road legal cars, 6:43, 6:11. That was Group C sports cars, though, back in the day. So 6:11, it seems like, is the fastest time that there's ever been. By the way, I can't imagine doing this at all. But the fastest lap time on a motorcycle, 7:49. Can you imagine riding around here? If you crash, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
On a motorbike, you're in all sorts of trouble. Dear me. But brilliant that people do it. I mean, it's a bit like the Isle of Man TT, isn't it? It's like you wouldn't ever want to do it, but the fact that people actually do it is just unreal. I can't believe it.
James Hunt just handed over his to that motorcycle rider there.
That's it. They're very big balls, they did. For that, yeah, all sorts of people in the pits now. Then, so we'll get some time in the scoring finally on the board. The lead is 15.8 seconds now, and it's Johnny Brandon who's in second place at the minute. Morrison's just coming into the final. Oh, the final sector, he's gone off. Oh, he's making mistakes now. He's probably annoyed with himself. Even more annoyed if he keeps doing that. See what he does this time.
He's 42? 43 seconds behind? 42.6.
42.6.
Yeah.
He's got a chance still, hasn't he?
It's on the edge now, isn't it? It's made it quite close. I think where he would have comfortably won, now it's like, oh, this is going to be close.
And of course, he would still have to come out ahead of Gantar and keep him behind. He's still 6 seconds ahead of... Oh, wait, he's 22 seconds ahead of Phillips. he was effectively on a similar, well, not a similar strategy, but he's on the other strategy. So if you take it as roughly, that's kind of what's lost there, 20 odd seconds or whatever. It's going to be tight. I think. I mean, what's the quickest stop we've had today?
Well, I can't really.
Oh, you don't know because we lost.
No, I lost the data. Yeah. Can't even remember what Phillips was, because that's kind of going to be the relevance, you know, that one lap splash kind of thing. So yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be sort of high 20s, I think, something like that for Gantar. Depends what he does. If he just doesn't, if he takes no tires, and just has the splash of fuel and goes, it's going to be a very, very quick stop.
Of course, he cannot afford to speed.
No, these little things can have all the problems, you know.
And they're the sort of daft things that when you're in a race like this, and even when you're cruising around 15 seconds in the lead like Gantar is, they're the sort of daft things that you sometimes your mind drifts. You don't focus on the pit lane speed limiter, and suddenly the cone's there, and you struggle with it. I'm pretty sure he'll be focused enough that he won't make that mistake. But who knows? We've seen it today, haven't we? We saw Boosterland, we think, get stop and hold in his pit stop. Just checking on some of the misfits that have had accidents today, actually. Michael Evdoka, with that giant crash when we were on board with him, absolutely amazing scenes there. 9th place, 2 minutes 37 off the lead, so he's still got a good chance of getting 8th, I would say. Possible he could get 8th off of Coleman. Jez Coleman, 8:19.
Yeah, well,
on the last lap.
Coleman just got past Holter as well, actually. So
Docker ahead of. In fact, Docker's ahead of. Oh no. No, he's not. No, he's not. It's all right.
Yeah, he is. Wrong car. He is 16.5 seconds behind these two that started to fight it out, Coleman and Holter. So.
Yeah. In fact, Coleman's just done Holter completely. So. It's an interesting race. It really is. It really is a fun race to commentate on. Not so much for the on-track action, Alex. I don't think we've called an on-track pass since lap 1, but still, in terms of an actual, full-on racing overtake.
Yeah.
But
it's so tough around here, I find. So narrow.
Oh yeah.
So, is anyone trying to do this last stint without stopping? There's some slow lap times coming in from Gantar and Johnny Brandon, Have they both gone, oh, damn it, Victor's done it, And then...
and not realised what he's done.
And then change the strategy, their own. They're like, no, let's try and do it.
They're having to then do it.
So they are running slow times at the minute, compared to what they have been.
I think the annoying thing is, I think for us, is that I think we almost need to give it another lap, which will only give us 2 left. I think we almost need to give it another lap and see what sort of lap times Gantar does this time. And just see whether that wasn't, first lap out of the pits, maybe some cold tyres, or maybe some, maybe a little bit of an issue with traffic or something, just to see. Because if he does another lap that's kind of an 8:12 or an 8:13, 14, then yeah, he's definitely changed it. But if he does 8:08.2, which is what he's been doing, I'm pretty sure he's not going that fast anymore, to be honest. But, he's going very slowly, I think. Should we go on board? Have you gone on board?
Yeah, let's do it. See if we can detect some lift coasting going on.
I suspect there has been all the way through for him. It's going to be hard to tell because he was being conservative anyway. Even when he was flying around the track at 8:08, he looked like he was not taking it easy, but like he was giving himself a margin. Doesn't sound too conservative in some places, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I think he's braking late. I think he's braking as he normally would. That corner, I hate that corner. That is always a really tough one, just because of the camber and the way that the hill just kind of settles the rear. Got a bit of traffic in front of him, actually. It's Clyde Whiting. Whiting is, we haven't really spoke about Clyde, 20th place. And 1 lap down already. He's about to go 2 laps down. I don't think it's any different from the others.
No, not at all.
It, you know? I think he's driving pretty normally at the minute. So we'll see. See if he gets past the traffic without incident.
Yeah, straight through.
Okay. So Johnny Brandon, what did he do on the last lap? 8:14.9. Is he trying to do the same thing that what he was doing, what Morison was doing? Because Morison has got it down to 42.6. He's closed in a little bit, I think. No, it's not. That's the same lap time, isn't it? That's just the lap time from the time before. What's the live gap? Have we got live gap?
So 15.9 from Ganter to Brandon, and then it's another 23.6 Victor behind. So
he's gained 4 seconds as Morison on this lap.
39.6 seconds is the gap.
And of course, every lap that I say every lap because obviously there's not that many left. But when he puts in lap times like this, of course, it means that his strategy gets more and more effective the faster he goes now. And he's having to push now because, like you say, it's very marginal. If he does 2 or 3 laps at that pace, while they're fuel saving, mate, he's got to. You know.
Yeah. He hasn't got to worry about fuel saving now. You know, he can make it quite clearly. So
they're only going to get slower if they get more marginal, aren't they? But of course, now he's shown his hand, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's basically now he's kind of he's telegraphed that for everyone else. Because if he'd have done that on the very last stint of the race, they wouldn't have had any time to change it, to recover, because they would have already been past. They would have already been in the pits on that last lap for the splash and dash, and he would have just gone, right boys, I'm off, see ya.
8:16 and 8:18. I think both of these guys are
trying. Laps, man.
Yeah, I think they're both trying to do it. Let's see what Victor does when he comes across the start-finish line.
Going to be good. It looked quick out there. 8:13. That's not enough.
No. I think if they do it, if they make it with the fuel, then he's got no chance because of the time that he lost, unfortunately, with the mistake.
Oh god, because he's lost 18 seconds.
Exactly.
He would only be 4 seconds behind Johnny Brandon at this point.
Yep.
Who's trying to save fuel, so Johnny wouldn't have a prayer of keeping him behind.
No.
And then you've got 2 laps where if Morison can just get it to 8:10, because what's his fastest lap of the race? Oh, his fastest lap of the race is 8:11. But was he going as fast as he could go then? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't because he had the damage. If he could just get it to 8:10, 8:11, if he was just those 4 seconds behind, that'd be 21 seconds off the lead. And then for 3 or 4 laps, then that would have been interesting. But yeah, you're right. He has thrown the win away. In fact, Gantar would have been in front of him anyway.
Gantar would have still been in front. Yeah.
And probably will beat him. But point is, if they're doing
we're assuming that Gantar is going to stay out. Do you know what I mean? So.
But they're doing. Oh yeah. Point is, if they both pit, then he's won the race.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he might have rescued him.
Yeah.
But if they don't pit, my point is they're doing 8:18s and 8:17, 8:18 and 8:16.
16, yeah, 16 and 18.
So if they're doing those times now, they've still got 2 laps to go. They're only going to get slower. I don't think they're going to do a big old fuel saving lap now. You know, and you don't make your last lap.
No, you have to do it from word go, don't you? In that stint, make your mind up that that's what you're going to do.
And this is the thing. I don't think. I mean, unless they get to a number, and then they just hit it and they just go as fast as they can. Then, which might be what they're doing. It might be just getting down to a point where, right, I've got X amount left, and then I'm just going to press the button and hit it. So he's faster on the last few laps, Gantar and Johnny Brandon as well.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
we'll
glad
see. It's
I'm glad
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad they've done it this way because it threw a curveball. You know, Phillips coming in. You know, remember he hasn't got to stop as well. He's 60 seconds behind the leader. This could well put Phillips in second place.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
What's he lapping at?
2.
8:13.5 again.
Yeah.
So that's
But again, if those guys stay out, then there's no chance he's in 4th. You know, he needs them to, you know, he needs them to pit really.
Yeah.
So John Roberts, is he into the pits? Yes, he is. He had to pit early to get a repaired car.
That's his splash and dash.
That's so a 2-lap splash and dash for him.
That makes more sense. You give yourself a bit more margin, don't you? Oh, where's he going to come out? Where's Kevin? Oh, Kevin's in the pits.
10th place, quite comfortably.
Oh, what's happened to Anthony Woodward? I don't know if that was already... No, that can't be. That must be on this lap, because John Roberts was only 20 seconds ahead of him. And now Woodward's just reaching the pits when Roberts has been long gone, so... Yeah, that's major damage to the front left.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage there, isn't it?
Which wasn't there at the start of the lap, so yeah, he's had a problem somewhere on the circuit. Klaus Winter is still going 14th place. Katie Taranto still going 15th place. And Peter Bingham in 16th place. Might have to wait a while, mate, by the way, for these for the end of the race.
Yeah, I think so.
To read out the results. It's Pete Bingham. Oh, Pete Bingham's back out. He was 11 minutes in the pits. Oh, not 11 minutes in the pits. He was in the pits for 4 minutes or thereabouts. So he's back out. He's 7:55 behind the... He was 7:55 behind the leader anyway. Right then. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. And the worst part about it is we can't give frequent updates exactly of lap times and things like that. I mean, Alex, you've got the live gap there, but
yeah.
Is it coming down?
Live gap 39.6 to Victor right now. So
that's the same as it was at the start of the lap.
So it's not really changed a great deal. I think.
What about Johnny?
18.8. So that's increasing. Johnny's really trying to go for it.
Johnny's having to save a little bit, I think. Although he wasn't as... no, he was actually, wasn't he? He was as quick as them when he was going full out, so...
I think we could definitely see Johnny try to go for it here. He seems to be lapping slow enough to make it work as well.
It might be that Gantar's realised he can't make it. You know?
Yeah.
And he might be back at a full pace. Because just remember as well, looking at Gantar's lap times, he did that one lap of 8:08.2, but the rest of his laps for the entire race, 12, 12, 13, 12.
Yeah.
When he was going as fast as he could go. Or what we think might be as fast as he could go.
Who knows?
But you don't just gain 4 seconds. You don't just gain 4 seconds out of nothing. So
this is going to be the interesting when he comes here. He's either going to dive into the pits or he's not. You know. And then we're going to be on the edge. Will he run out of fuel? Will he not? You know.
It's like we're trying to set up a grandstand finish for you, everybody, but we don't know either. We don't have a clue. So this is going to be great. Thanks for joining us anyway tonight. You're on the PenPower European V8 Supercars Championship. On Apex Racing TV, Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, and the Nordschleife, which is the main star of the show today. And it's been fun so far, Alex. I've enjoyed the race. And I don't normally enjoy races where the cars are all spread apart like this, but the strategy's given us some intrigue. There's been some big accidents.
Yeah, there has been some pretty hefty crashes.
Michael Docker was the main one when he was in second place. We were on board with him. Oh, Phillips, dear me.
Yeah, first and second, obviously in the championship, are out. Although Latimer still somehow seems to keep going. He's getting that car repaired. But,
Alex, have a look at the save from Phillips. Just a moment ago. Unbelievable. Just coming over the top of the hill. Whoa.
He was a bit loose on the carousel beforehand as well. Probably cooked his tyres a bit there. Let's have a look at this. Jumped back a bit too far, I'm afraid. Oh, that was twitchy there. Yeah, did well.
That's a big old save. That now Gantar's coming into the final sector. So he's just got the S's to go. Is he going to come in? Is he going to stay out? What's it going to be? We've got 1 lap to go. White flag will be in the air when he comes round. Domen Gantar, does he dive into the pits? He does! Well, this is going to make it very, very interesting. What about Johnny Brandon, Alex? I think he might still be on for the fuel save here.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
And he's not going to lose that much time. Oh, he's hit the curb. I made a mistake. Made a mistake. He nearly ended up in the Armco barrier. He's going. He continues. Through. He's going through. He's going to be in the lead, Brandon. Gantar's not even in his box yet. Huge for Johnny Brandon.
There he goes. Woof. Straight through. Where is Victor? Here he comes, Victor, as well.
He's going to have Gantar as well. Is he? Gantar's away. No. He's going to be ahead of Morijon. He's going to be definitely ahead of Morijon. So it didn't work for Victor at all.
Would have done. It would have worked by a mile. Absolute mile if he hadn't have clocked what was going on. It's come out 6.7 seconds behind.
Behind
so
Gantar.
He would have been so... Yeah, he'd have been that ahead, wouldn't he?
What did he lose? 18 seconds. How far is he behind Johnny Brandon? 17 seconds.
Oh, God, this would have been an epic finish.
That is in costume. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention in the pit box. I don't know whether he maybe was too far forward or maybe there was a glitch. I don't know. But whatever it was, it's completely turned this race on its head. And he's gone from getting a looking at it to maybe only second or maybe only third. So we don't know. This is the thing. Because one, have they put enough fuel in? I hope they have. Well, Gantar who pitted, I hope he's put enough fuel in. How much saving is Johnny Brandon going to have to do? What is the gap at the moment?
Oh,
Janssen was 17.3 before the Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah, Janssen couldn't make it either. So.
What have we got between Brandon and Gantar, Alex?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
He needs a qualifying lap.
Gantar needs the lap of his life here. We think the championship is over. We don't think there's anything to do with that. Can you imagine if somebody turns around and tells us that that's still on?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the case. Taliančić, we're almost certain has done it, barring protests and various other things. But we don't think there's anything there for Michael, to be honest. We think he's done it, but Gantar's closing. He's closing quickly.
8.8 already.
Oh, man. Should we go on board, Alex? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
See if we can see. We might be able to see him.
Not yet. Give it a while.
But soon we might be able to see him.
Let's bring it up.
This is going to be brilliant. Domen Gantar is one of the most in the series. We saw earlier on in the race when he did 8:08.2 that we saw that he can put in a qualifying lap. During the race, he did it's the fastest lap of the race.
Down to 8 seconds.
That's 0.8 just in those few corners. What's Johnny Brandon going to have left for dotting a hoe, Alex? Because that's where he's got to really make sure he's got full throttle.
Yeah, I think if Gantar catches him before there, he's got no chance.
Well, we'll see. We will see. He will not want to be spluttering as he exits Galgenkopf, as he goes on to Dottinghoe, because that's the death sentence for him.
Such a long way as well to make it from there. I don't even think he'd make the finish line if he starts to splutter there.
It's a bit downhill, isn't it? And then you've got to go uphill again, I guess. Oh, now Brandon is also giving it everything.
6.9 seconds.
Oh, man. Here we go. Gantar in the middle sector. He's driving smoothly, Alex. You can see when you go on board, if we go over the split second, you can tell that he's giving it extra. Where he was lifting early before and he wasn't pushing hard, now he's pushing on the exits. He's having to correct the oversteer.
Yeah, he wants this win, doesn't he? You know,
he deserves this win.
He looked very, very accomplished out there. But yeah, when these guys are running the strategies, you know, you've got to be ready for it.
All the drivers deserve this win. That's how good it's been. That is how close it has been this year. Johnny Brandon's won 2 races this season. Domen Gantar's won 1. 7 minutes behind in the championship. That is not going to be enough. Even the win's not going to be enough, we don't think, but Michael Taliancic is going to be finishing in 23rd place. I believe you do get the points for that, so. How's he doing, Alex? What's the...
5.3.
Oh, man. Johnny Brandon's driving a brilliant race, I have to say. You know what? What makes this even better, for me, this performance by Johnny Brandon, is he started in 15th place.
Yeah, fantastic. Come through the field quite a lot, didn't he, as well?
So you can imagine how much he was delayed. How much?
3.8.
Oh, what? God, he's having to go really slowly, isn't he?
3.7, 3.6.
Oh dear, unless he's saving it for the straight.
There he is. We can see him.
He's got to save it for the straight, I think. It's like saving all your ERS up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gantar is on the prowl. He's catching him. It's only 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Does Johnny Brandon have anything left? Can he get anything extra out of that Holden Commodore?
Where's the Jaws music when you need it? That's what it's like right now.
But has he saved enough fuel where maybe now he's got that, he might have that last sector of the track flat out. He's going to have to drive the corners, Alex, so fast. It's going to have to be so perfect through the actual corners to maximise this. Oh, it's getting closer and closer for Gantar. The tyre age is going to be about the same as well.
He's right there, straight on fight now. And I don't think he's going to be able to fight much.
It's a track though where it's quite easy to defend on. It's not the easiest track to overtake on, Alex, and he could use it to his advantage. Oh, here we go down the hill. Brandon has to step on it. And again, I think he's just going to, it's the equivalent, like I say, of saving your ERS for the right places, isn't it? You've got to put the car precisely where you need to, because otherwise, one sniff of a chance. And he's going to be through Gantar. Oh! Neither man can avoid. Neither man can afford a crash, either, on the final lap. He's going round the outside. He's having a look.
It's just nowhere, is it? The track's so narrow.
Brandon's still struggling with the fuel mileage. Into the mini. Oh, we're at the mini carousel. I've never seen anyone have to defend into the mini carousel. Oh no! And Gantar's off. Gantar's off of the mini carousel, and he might have just spurned the only opportunity he had. We're into Galgenkopf now. We got Dottingerhoe to go, and he's sideways. Is Gantar? He's really trying. What's going to happen down Dottingerhoe? Brandon, he's in the slipstream now, Alex. This is a good chance for Gantar. Can Brandon get back in the slipstream on the final lap? He can.
Oh.
What's he got? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
That's a splutter. That's the first splutter of that Holden Commodore. Johnny Brandon's race is over. He might get second, he might not. Morison is coming down the Dottingerhoe now, but
Stephen Phillips as well is out on the final lap.
It's gonna. Oh, he's out completely. Is he crashed? He's crashed, Alex, I think. Crashed.
Phillips. Tell you what, it's close for second. Oh, it's not close for second. There he goes.
Gantar. Domen Gantar coming round the final corner and over the finish line. He's going to take it here at the Nordschleife when he gets there.
I'll tell you what.
Congratulations.
That wouldn't have been so easy had. He's not going to make it. Right.
And consider that he was doing 250 kilometers an hour when he ran out. Look how quickly he's run out. I thought he'd be able to make it. Stephen Phillips crashed on the final lap.
Yeah, he managed to survive. He's actually going to pick up third place here, isn't he?
Yeah. Even though he crashed. Because Dave Jansen's not on Nottingerhoe yet.
Yeah.
He's got no...
and it's Nikolai who actually is in fifth at the minute. There he goes, up into third. Oh,
it's Phillips round the corner. What a finish. What a race.
It's a good little battle going on here. Evdoka and Coleman, very close as well. Still got some way to go.
I think Evdoka has just taken the position away from Coleman on this lap, Alex, so I think that one might be done and dusted, but you never know with the fuel. Coleman closing in. I wonder if Evdoka is saving, you know. Coleman's really closing in on the braking, just giving it everything at the moment.
7.8 seconds the gap was at front. Now, obviously, we know Gantot slowed down at the end there as well, but
probably only lost 2 or 3 seconds though.
I think Victor would have won this race.
Yeah, should have done.
Yeah, absolutely threw that one away.
Oh, Evdoka! Oh man, he nearly did it again. We're on to Dottinger, the side by side. Evdoka's saving fuel. I think he's out. If he's not out, mate, he's really struggling for it. He can't get anywhere near him. In the slipstream, is it coughing and spluttering? No, not quite. Oh, he must have aero damage, mate. He can't reach 275 kilometers an hour. Coleman's doing 285. Evdoka's just going to have to balance the final few corners.
Got some damage on the back there, so that might be it. That's Brandon.
Oh,
still stranded.
Yeah, Evdoka, there's no problem with fuel there at all, I don't think. Or is there? No, there isn't. Just the damage. Jess Coleman will pick up a place on the final lap, 7th position. Well done. Evdoka is going to be 8th, and actually after the big crash he had, 8th isn't bad at all, really.
Here comes the king of the ring himself. Brandon now out of the car as well, so he's just going to try and tow it back.
Yeah, John Roberts is going to finish the race, and we thought he might not at one point. He had a big crash earlier on. But coming through the final corner, under the bridge, very scary section, like we say, at full speed. Roberts taking it nice and easy. He knows he's only got a few corners to go. He's going to pick up a position in the top 10, 9th. I think he'll be happy with that, starting 15th.
Yep, yeah.
Sorry, 17th he started. Sorry, mate. Donny Brandon said he had to go for it. I agree. I do completely agree.
People coming in ready for an interview. Obviously, we'll jump in there in a moment.
We might as well do it now, to be honest, because they're going to be a while coming across.
Yeah, true. Let's do that. Let's jump up there then.
It's going to be another 5 minutes before we get Peter Bingham, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, just on board with Anthony Woodward now. He's away too. Right, let's jump up into the interview room and then let's chat. And then once we've got the official standings, we'll bring that to everybody.
Right, we're in the interview room, Alex, and, well, we've got some very, very probably tired and frustrated drivers and some very, very happy ones too.
Yeah, no doubt. I think first up we need to speak to the man who thought maybe the race had disappeared just for a little bit and then hunted down Brandon on that final lap. Dorman Ganta, welcome. Congratulations first up.
Thanks.
Just tell us how you're feeling right now, because I bet you were a little surprised on that final lap.
Oh yeah, I am surprised. I didn't expect Johnny to go ahead. I thought he was saving fuel. I thought he saved fuel in the first stint, but I didn't know, so I was a bit gambling. So I just went full throttle till the end and put tires and splash and dash and went for it. It was close.
Yeah, on the dot and hope, straight. Best way to do it, I think, you know.
Nice donuts there by Anthony Woodward, by the way, if you have a little look at that, Alex. Stream, it looks nice.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, in the end, just breezed on past. Lots of fuel. Yeah, music to your eyes, I guess. Really,
yeah.
What it is when you see him just start to slow down on the straight. You're like, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I mean, let's talk about the championship just with you for a second as well, because all in all, it's been a good series for you.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season.
Checking the points now. We'll have to obviously wait to get some official word on this, but it's going to be particularly close between you and Stephen with who takes it.
I'm not sure how it is because of the drop weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It should be close.
And of course, winning the pro category as well. You must be delighted with that.
Oh yeah, bonus cherry.
Well done from me as well, and yeah, just a brilliant season all round. We've really enjoyed covering it. And is there anybody you want to say thank you to, Domin, before we go?
I don't know. First to my teammate, he did a good job in the team championship as well. He had some bad luck though. Thanks to all who organized. It's been an amazing season.
All right, brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us again, mate. And yeah, thrilling finish. Well done.
Thank you.
Right then, who else do we have here? We have got Stephen Phillips. How are we here? Stephen, can you hear us?
Yep, gotcha.
Well then, mate, that was an interesting race from your point of view, wasn't it? You were fifth on the grid, and then all hell broke loose, didn't it?
Yeah, I got pretty wild at the end of lap 1. I had fuel to go for 2 laps, try and get on a different pit strategy, try and undercut some people, but it was getting a little hairy at the end of lap 1, so I just went for it. Got myself out of Dodge.
How difficult is it to concentrate around the track like this? You know, you're racing out there for an hour and 50 minutes. It must be really hard.
Oh, it's tremendous. You're thinking about the next corner and the next corner and the next corner, and you have to be set up for each and every single one of them. So you can't really make a mistake the whole lap.
And it's a car as well, where the car doesn't give you any time to rest as well. We were saying that it might be only dotting a hole where you've got any chance to catch your breath.
Yeah, you've got maybe 2 or 3 places where you can really just relax and grab a drink and kind of just go easy on the steering wheel for a little bit.
Because we saw a few drivers coming to grief in a lot of the fast sections, and that normally be flat out sections. But was there something just affecting the car through there? Was it bottoming out, or was it just hitting some strange bumps or something?
In the high speed stuff, a little mix of there are a lot of small crests, and so you'll get wheel spin. And if you grab any one of those tall curbs, you're gonna be on the fence.
Because I guess at that speed, if you hit, there's a few different small crests around. You're kind of going to mogul, aren't you? Like over the bumps, you're going to sort of go around a little bit, aren't you? So.
And you have to trust the tire to an extent too, and just let the car, because the car naturally wants to move towards the edge of the track. So if you just kind of let it and don't fight it, but manage the wheel spin, you'll be okay.
Looking at the championship, Steve, it looks like you've moved into the top 10 with that result. So I believe that is anyway provisionally. So well done for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled about that with the season I've had. So yeah, awesome.
So I think that's a decent outing in the end. We're looking at 5 top 5 finishes, 7 top 10s. So you have been around there. So I think maybe it will be, I imagine, for yourself, the consistency is what you're going to be searching for next season.
Exactly. Just need to put a full season together.
Yeah, I think that's right, and I think you'll be okay. Alex, anything for Steve?
No, just a good result all round. I was having a look at where you were in all of the different standings. So yeah, glad to see you in the top 10. So yeah, congrats on that.
Cheers, guys.
Alex, who have you got next?
Well, I think we probably should speak to Stephen Lattimore. Obviously wins. It's going to be close, but I believe I can't quite see the points behind. But I believe he's going to win the AM Championship, of course, and whether he's runner-up or whatnot, we don't know. But yeah, Stephen, have you got us?
Yes, I do.
Hi, mate. Well, not the race you wanted to end the season with, that's for sure. Just tell us a little bit about your race.
Kind of feel like saying no comment, but yeah, no, all hyped up. Done a lot of practice, especially the last few weeks or rounds. Haven't been really good being turned around. Turn 1, both races at Donington. So I thought I'll make sure I get on pole and try to run away with it. But it never ended up being that way. Got really frustrated after that and just lost concentration. And basically, yeah, you need to concentrate around here because the moment you drop off, you're in the wall, which I'd done a couple of times.
Pace was fantastic today when you were out there running, circulating. You know, he was very, very quick. So, well, let's just put today aside and let's just talk about the championship for a second. You know, you must be happy with the championship overall. Like I said, we're predicting second place and winner as well. So, you know, it's been a pretty good season for you.
Oh yeah, it's been quite enjoying. Had a lot of fun racing in this series with the boys, staying up at all wacky hours of the morning to take part. But yeah, if I come second or third, Mike and Guntard has done brilliant jobs to get up there and very consistent. Team championship with me and Guntard, we've dominated that. That's good. AM, I would have liked to have been in the pro, but I didn't get into the season early enough last season. So I'll have a good shot at that next season. And yeah, we'll see how we go.
Awesome stuff, mate. Anyone you want to give a quick shout out to or thanks before we let you go?
Yeah, my teammate, with as I said, the team championship, we dominated that. The sponsors from my forum as well as his own. The organisers, you guys at Apex TV. Yeah, thanks for an awesome season, guys.
We will take a plug.
Yeah,
we will take that. Well done, Steve. Good season, mate, as well. And yeah, I think you've earned a little break now.
Oh yes, most definitely. Looking forward to a nice 40-degree Christmas.
The same here, I think, mate. I think it might be even colder.
Who have you got next?
Sorry, that's 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry for us.
No, sorry.
Sorry,
yeah,
I just got that. Sorry, I
yeah,
was a bit.
Celsius for me, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was a bit slow there. I'm sorry. I work in Celsius. The worst thing is I use Celsius only as well, and that's never mind.
Yeah, got to remember, you guys sent us to a desert land, so it's very hot.
Oh, it's extremely arid and nothing lives here. Yeah, exactly. Right, Alex, what do you reckon? Any more?
Yeah, let's. Who can we grab next? Do we talk to Clyde if he's around?
Yeah, I'm here, guys.
Maybe make Clyde the last victim of the evening.
Just before we start, I've got the provisional scores in, and I can confirm I've got Mike Taliancic winning the championship, Doman second, and Stephen Lattimore third.
Oh,
Oi.
Well, that's even more in right at the end then, Dorman. Well done, mate. Yeah, congrats on that. Stephen, commiserations are getting booted down to third. But
I lost to my teammate.
So they are provisional. That doesn't take into account any penalty points yet. So
that depends how many people you guys have crashed into, exactly.
Well, it's always good to see the championships come down to the wire and things like that, close battles all the way. And Clyde, how's the series been for you personally as a driver, and then of course as an administrator?
Personally, I think I've gone backwards this year, or this season. Work has been busy, cut down on the practice, and yeah, I think I'll make the top 15 and the Pro Championship again, just through participation, not through skill. From the series point of view, I think it's probably been the best season so far. We had a lot of returning drivers, a lot of new drivers, and we've now got a hell of a lot of good drivers in this series. If it carries on the way it's going, it's just going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the first time I've covered it for all season as well. It's been really enjoyable to watch as a spectator and a commentator on it as well. So, I think Woody's been echoing that all season long.
Yeah, the series as well. It's, to be honest, it's not just the racing. There's a really good community on Discord. There's always a laugh and a joke and a wind up going on. In the text channels. Once you get into the chat channels, they can be quite colourful and funny. And then come race day, everybody knuckles down and does what they can to provide some really good racing.
So any sort of final words for all the drivers? Anything new that we've got coming next season? What's the plans?
No, nothing major. A few small tweaks like we normally do. We think that most of the stuff that we've done this season has worked well. Something that will probably help you guys is we're not letting drivers drop the final race next season. So we can do the scores live on the broadcast and announce the proper champions. Apart from that, we've got the schedule is ready. I'm just finishing off the rules package with the tweaks, and everyone will get to find out what's going on next week.
Oh, okay. I was one question. We obviously heard from Tony that there was rumours that we were going to try and use the sort of the heat system that iRacing are releasing. Have you looked at the way they've worked that? Is that going to work for you with the feature and sprint race?
I've had a quick look at it. I haven't looked at it in depth yet to see whether it works for what we do. Hopefully it will.
Phone.
Yeah, that's right. The wife will get it. So to be honest, like I said, I've been really busy with work, not really been able to look into it too much. So I'll have a good look at it in the off season and see whether it's going to work for us or not, or whether we carry on doing what we're doing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, let's look forward to next season. Thank you very much.
Just a quick message to all the drivers that have taken part. Thank you very much. It's you guys that make the league what it is, and do come back next season. Do visit the website and do hit the donate button.
Indeed.
Awesome. Right, thanks very much, gents. We'll just jump down the channel and leave you guys to it, and we'll wrap the show up. Thanks again.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Alex. Well, Alex, I finally made my way down here. Started doing the bloody outro as I was in the wrong channel. It's been, Alex? It's been really fun to cover it with you, and it's given us some absolutely classic racing, especially tonight. This was a very good finish, wasn't it?
Oh, brilliant finish. The 3 different strategies going on there. We didn't really know what was going to happen and whatnot. Yeah, it's great. So that's the kind of race I like to call, because, it keeps me on the edge because there's so much going on. I'm not really sure what's going on. When they're not together, that's kind of what you want.
Because I know, we kind of rolled our eyes a little bit when we thought it was going to be a 2-hour race on. This isn't going to be a great race, and it was brilliant. Well, we said the strategy was going to be the key, and it was. It was the
right call to do it as a 13-lap race. I think that's what made it very, very interesting. Rather than doing like a 12 or a 14, 13 was on the money from the admins there to do that, and not too long as well.
And that's an underrated sort of praise for the league admins as well, isn't it? Of getting that balance right. And I think they actually have all year. I think the reverse grid's been a fantastic addition.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that's made the guys at the front, the guys at the front were kind of cruising around in the second race and able to make it to the front quite easily and whatever and stay at the front. And now they've got to fight for every position. They've got to get through there. And I think that's definitely made it better. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And we look forward to next season. Next season does, like I said, I believe we are covering it, but next season begins on the 13th of January at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. We're going back to 2 races, 20 laps and 40 laps. So save that date in your calendar. It's going to be on Apex Racing TV at 6:15 GMT, 13th of January. Right. All that remains for me to say is thank you, everybody who's watched, even if you've only watched a few minutes of the season or one race or all the races. We definitely appreciate your support. Thanks to all the drivers for providing a great season, the league admins, to PenPower, of course, for being a fantastic title sponsor. And all that remains to be said is that the Nordschleife gave us an absolute thriller this evening. We will be back on Monday evening for the World GT Championship and the Rick Matech Sports Car Series as well. So from all of us here at Apex Racing TV, from Andrew Woodhouse, from Alex Simpson, it's good night.